Hello and welcome to Patrick's Models and Transports. A little update on the motor of the Jinty Triang Jinty locomotive. While I was waiting for the previous video to upload onto YouTube, I just decided to lubricate the motor bearings. So what did I do? What did I do? Let's light this up. Plenty of light. So you can see there are two felt pads. There's a felt pad there and there's a felt pad here. So using, as I don't have an oiling pen, I used an old paper clip and I applied from my plastic tub of locomotive oil. I applied some drops, a series of drops to the pads, that pad and that pad, to make them nice and wet. They're the oil reservoir for the bearings. And because of course not having an oiling pen, I didn't trust going directly from the bottle. It might have been a very bad idea. And so I did that, and then what I also did, using my laboratory needle, I did actually put a small drop right there into the bearing and here into this bearing, so that they'll wet the bearing immediately, and this way the reservoir will just act as a reservoir in time. Okay, also because this locomotive here, it'll be mainly running on the still to be made 80 centimeter by 1 meter small layout, which will actually be the layout that I'll be using more frequently, maybe even during the week, because the bigger layout will be taking it out at weekends, Brunel, to do, or for maybe longer periods, but I can't have it out all the time because this is a small room, and it was already out for 2 months and it was to do jobs on it. But now that the jobs are mostly finished, we'll mainly be having the smaller layout out, and on the smaller layout I'll be running both OO and HO, and definitely this locomotive here will be seeing plenty of use. So also I'm not really planning to extend my collection too extensively into the OO department. Also because there isn't really very much OO stuff available here on the continent. And nowadays with Brexit and all the rest of it, importing from the UK has become a bit of a problem. But everything I've sourced on the Vinted platform from European countries, and I can assure you for very, very convenient prices. This here was 15 euros, this one here. So from Italy, this came from Italy, south of Italy, and very convenient prices. Also because OO, there's not big demand here on the continent, and so the prices are low, so suits me. Okay, so definitely want the motor to be working well. Okay, so I'll just give you a little, ouch, what was that? I think I got a bit of fiberglass in my finger anyway last night, because let's just give it a wee test with a 9-volt battery. Now that's a completely different motor than the one we took out of the locomotive. Not bad for 1959 vintage. Okay, so that's that for the moment. We still have to put the technical petroleum jelly into the axle boxes here. Do another conductivity test after doing that. Why technical petroleum jelly? Obviously because, as I said in the previous video, the sewing machine oil is insulating, no use, and technical petroleum jelly has a big advantage, that it remains viscous, it has a wet part in it, and it doesn't gunk up, and it aids conductivity. So it's I've used it on all my other locomotives. I used it on the Kleinbahn D120, which has a very similar chassis to this, because it has a one-piece alloy chassis, so it's which is both ballast and chassis, without the inspection windows here, slots underneath, so the same issues in lubricating the axles. And as you've seen from the videos, the Kleinbahn D120 is a great wee locomotive. It's a fantastic locomotive. Okay, so that's that for the moment. See you in the next one. Cheerio, and see you next time. If you have any questions, any comments, please do so. Subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, etc, 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 etc. I'm away for my dinner. Ciao, ciao. Stew tonight.